Hello and welcome to West Bengal Judicial Service Preparation. Hope you all are doing well. So today we are going to continue with the series of the Civil Procedure Code 1908. So let's check out what we are going to study in this video today. So today we are going to have a basic introduction to the Civil Procedure Code. Then we have the territorial extent. Then what are the sections, orders and rule. Then we have whether CPC is a substantive law or a procedural law. Okay, now let's start with the introduction. So it came into force in 1st January 1909. The Civil Procedure Code can be divided into two parts, that is 158 sections, and it contains schedule number 1 containing 51 orders and rules. So later in this video we'll understand what is the basic difference between order, sections and rules. Okay, and next we have that the maximum number of rules are contained in order 21. This is just a general knowledge question, okay, nothing to understand into this. Then we have the it is drafted by a committee headed by Sir Eagle Richards. So these are very important PT questions, so you should have to bear this in mind, nothing to understand in this. Next we have territorial extents. It extends to the whole of India except the state of Nagaland and the tribal areas. This is very important. This question always appear in the PT. So except the state of Nagaland and tribal areas. Then we have it is now applicable to the Union's territory of Jammu and Kashmir after the Jammu and Kashmir Recognition Act 2019. So this is also applicable to the Union territory of Jammu and Kashmir. Next, let's move on. What are section, orders and rule? Okay, so we sometimes have confusion that other codes don't have this order and rules. So what are this order and rules? Let us understand this. So the sections deal with the provisions of the substantive nature, while the first schedule relates to the procedures. So what is meant by this sentence is that section 1, there are 158 sections. So the sections deal with the substantive nature. That means it only describes the nature, and the procedure which are to be followed are contained in the first schedule, that is the orders and the rules. So it only describes the nature of the sections describe only the nature, and the procedure is given in the orders and rules. So hope that is understandable. Next, the order deals with the method, modes and manner in which the jurisdiction may be exercised. So it deals with the method or the procedure that happens in our regular court or in our practical court practice, we can see. So it describes the method, modes and manner in which a court works or the procedure should be followed, and sections only describe the procedure. It is only a descriptive part, and the procedures are given in the order and rules. Next we have sections cannot be amended except by the legislature, but orders and rules can be amended by the courts. So sections are not amendable except by the legislature, and orders can be amended by the courts or the high courts. Okay, now let's move on to the next part, that this section and the order must be read together and harmoniously. Yes, for reading this code we have to connect between the sections and the orders. We cannot just separately read the study the sections and then study the order separately. We have to read them together. So later when we continue with the topics, I will tell you how to relate the sections and orders and to read them. Next, this is a very important question, so, a descriptive question which comes in the mains examination. So the question is whether CPC is a substantive law or a procedural law. As I earlier mentioned, the section is a substantive part and order and rules are a procedural law. So whether CPC as a whole is a substantive law or a procedural law, let's check it out. Civil Procedure Code is a procedural law, as because it neither creates nor takes away any right. For example, if you take IPC, so what IPC says is that it describes an offense, and in respect of that offense there are punishments. But CPC or CRPC is not like that. This is a procedural law. It describes the procedure in which a court will run or in which a court will conduct a civil trial. So we can call it a procedural law. It implements the well-known maxim ubi jus ibi remedium, which means where there is a right, there is a remedy. So this is a procedural law which states that where there is a right, there is a remedy. So rights are not described in the CPC, but the remedy is described in the CPC. So we can definitely call it a procedural law. Hope you like this video. This was an introduction part to the CPC. In the next series, we will learn about the place of swing and the jurisdiction of the Civil Procedure Code. Thank you. Please comment below and let me know whether you like this video or not. Happy watching.